You can now get a 30-day trial to experience The Athletic for free. Visit the link in the description below to try it now. Perhaps best showcased by Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea or Roberto Martinez's Belgium, the 3-4-3 has become an intriguing option for any side looking for a solid balance between defence and attack. Whether referred to as a back three or a back five, it's widely accepted that systems which employ three centre-backs increased in popularity and usage during the 1980s. With most teams utilising two strikers against the two centre-backs, the addition of a third central defender allowed for a spare man in defence for extra cover. There are different types of three-at-the-back system, but the 3-4-3 is the most common, with its three centre-backs, two modern wing-backs, a double pivot, two free-roaming 10s, and a striker. But what are the natural advantages and disadvantages that come with the 3-4-3? This is a formation which offers a well-balanced setup, with many sides choosing to create a structure in possession which allows for 5 players to attack and 5 players to maintain balance. The 3-2 shape at the back, which is created by the 3 central defenders and the double pivot, is a great foundation. The front 5 is then created by the 2 wing-backs, the 2 attacking midfielders, and the striker, with the wing-backs maintaining width on each side to stretch the opposition laterally and the striker making runs in behind the backline to stretch them vertically. There will then be spaces opened between the lines for the attacking midfielders to operate in. Depending on their role within the team, the wing-backs in a 3-4-3 can be utilised in various ways, which is something that can allow the system a degree of tactical flexibility. In possession, they will often have the freedom to both push forward simultaneously, knowing they have defensive coverage behind them in the form of 3 centre-backs. This allows for the side in possession to hold width on each side and always have a threat on the back post. And when the team is out of possession, the wing-backs can be deployed in varying roles as well. A team looking to press the opposition high up the pitch can push the wing-backs forward, allowing for a more aggressive approach in a high block, or in the instances that the team gets pushed back into their low block shape, the wing-backs can drop back into the back line, creating a 5-man defence. The natural width provided by the wing-backs in the attack and the addition of the attacking midfielders drifting wide, creating overloads in wide areas of the pitch, is often a key component of breaking down the opposition. Creating situations in wide areas of the pitch which can shift the opposition block from one side to another will also allow for quick switches of play to the opposite flank, where the other wing-back can find themselves in a 1v1 or 2v1 situation. This is a concept which is typically known as overload to isolate and is a very viable way of creating chances through this system. Rotations amongst the front 3 is also a common approach for teams setting up in a 3-4-3. Whether that means 2 players stretching the back line with 1 player dropping underneath, 1 player up top with 2 players finding space between the lines, or one of the attacking midfielders dropping even deeper into the midfield to create central overloads, there are many positional rotations which can occur within this structure. One final key foundation of this formation, which is important in ball progression, chance creation and counter-pressing, is the strength of the box shape created by the double pivot and the attacking midfielders. Cohesion among these 4 players is a component for success. Now, while the 3-4-3 offers an array of strengths, it's not to say that the formation is without potential deficiencies. Any formation in modern football which lines up with just 2 natural central midfielders will always run the risk of being outnumbered in the centre of the pitch, which could make it difficult to control the tempo of the match. The space being seeded on the wings, on the outside of the centre-backs, is another potential issue. With both wing-backs pushing up into the attack, these wide areas may become susceptible to opposition counter-attacks. This will require the wide centre-backs to be mobile and capable of covering larger areas of space and defending one-on-one in wider areas of the pitch. When compared to a more traditional centre-back pair, the wide centre-backs will also have more responsibility to progress the ball into midfield, whether that's through carries or line-breaking passes. Finding defenders who possess the necessary attributes and are capable of this role can also present challenges and great cost. Positioning for the two players who are deployed in the double pivot may also be an area for concern if they are not disciplined. It's often up to them to maintain a sense of balance in the side both in and out of possession, and a lapse in judgment by these players could leave the backline exposed. While some may choose to call it a 5-4-1 or a 3-4-2-1, the 3-4-3 has become a fashionable system for many top sides and coaches. A formation which offers balance and can be exciting going forwards, while also maintaining strong foundations for defending at the back. It may require players who are more specialised in certain roles compared to other formations, but when executed properly, the 3-4-3 is capable of overwhelming the opposition. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. The Athletic brings you the best sports journalism in the world in a personalised experience, connecting you with the stories and teams that you care about the most. There's coverage of 13 sports, plus direct access to world-class journalists through live Q&As, discussions and podcasts. Not to mention, it's all ad-free. And you can try it now for free for 30 days by clicking the link in the description.